Okay, let's go ahead and go over the answers to the classwork that you did today. This should have been done in class, and you should just be checking the answers. If you're making the choice just to write it down and copy it down, you're not making a good choice right now. What you need to do, just like any sport, is practice. And you can practice in class, and then this is where you're getting the feedback. This is where you're finding out, did you do the right thing? What do you need to do differently? Okay, that's the kind of mindset. If you're just doing this to have it completed right now, that's not the point of this. So anyway, let's go ahead. First things first, make sure your name is in the upper right-hand corner. If you put it anywhere else on the page, please make sure it's in the upper right-hand corner. I will be checking for that. Okay, so for 4w plus 2y, I'm going to substitute. I have 4 times negative 1 plus 2 times 3. So 4 times negative 1 is negative 4 plus 6. Negative 4 plus 6, I'll subtract those, and I have 2. And since I have more positives, my answer is positive 2. For number 30, 6 minus 3 times, and it says negative z. So I'm going to bring that negative sign down, and z is negative 2. So it's negative, negative 2. And this is what we need to kind of start getting used to understanding, and maybe we should see a trend, especially when we're subtracting problems and stuff. Double negatives, that's basically making it all positive, okay? So I'm going to rewrite this as, well, basically what I'm saying is 3 times positive 2. So I have 6 minus, right? We're not doing that subtraction yet. I got to multiply 6 minus 6. And then I end up with 0. If you did 6 minus 3 first, then you would not have gotten this correct answer. You had to do that multiplication first. Next, 6 times 3. Yeah, I'm just putting that 3 in parentheses just to indicate that it's multiplication going on, divided by negative 2. So 6 times 3, that's 18. 18 divided by negative 2. That's where my friend Digby comes in, and I know I have a negative 9. Let me go ahead and circle these answers too. Okay, for number 32, I have 9 times negative 2 divided by 6. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Divided by 6, I get negative 3. Here I have 6 squared minus 3 squared. 6 squared is 36, not 12. 3 squared is 9. So 36, take away 9, that's 27. And remember, with these type of problems, you can use a calculator. So if you're not sure what that is, get out the calculator and do the math. Here we have y squared minus z squared. So I have 3 squared minus, and it's going to be negative 2 squared, okay, because z is a negative. So now I have 9 minus negative 2 squared. Negative times a negative is a positive, so 9 minus 4, I get 5. If at any time you need to pause this, please do. Okay, let's talk about these problems. They might look a little bit scary, and we worked on these in class as well, but they might look a little bit scary, but let's make sure we know what we're doing. So I'm going to rewrite it as 2 times 6. Plus 3 all over negative 2 plus negative 1. Okay, so I substituted all the numbers in to the expression. Now I can do my math. 2 times 6 is going to be 12 plus 3 all over negative 2 plus negative 1 is going to be negative 3. See how I'm doing all my math upstairs and downstairs, or above the fraction bar and below the fraction bar. 12 plus 3 gives me 15. 15, now it's divided by negative 3. I get negative 5. Next, I have 3 times 6 minus negative 2 all over, it says negative w. We know w is negative 1, so it's going to be negative, negative 1, okay? Or the opposite of negative 1. So that's going to just make it a positive 1. So 3 times 6, I have 18, minus negative 2 all over 1. So now I have minus negative. Hey, see how I had that negative, negative 1 and it became positive? So minus negative 2 is kind of like saying plus positive 2. And I end up with 20 over 1, which is just plain old 20. So now I have 6 plus negative 1 all over 3 minus negative 2. So 6 plus negative 1, that gives me 5. And remember, that double negative makes it positive. So 3 plus positive 2 is going to give me 5, which just is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, let's take a look at these last 3 questions. Okay, so I have 6 times 3 all over negative 2 divided by negative 1. That's what I get when I substitute all my values in. So 6 times 3, that's 18, divided by negative 2, that whole thing divided by negative 1. 18 divided by negative 2 is going to give me 9, negative 9, divided by negative 1. Negative 9 divided by negative 1 is going to be 9. Number 39. Let's see. So I have, let's see, negative x plus c. So x is negative 2. So I have negative 2 plus, I'm sorry, I apologize. I have negative 6 because x is 6. Sorry about that. Negative 6 plus negative 2, that whole quantity squared divided by 8. That's better. So negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8. That number squared divided by 8. I get 64 divided by 8, which gives me 8. Okay, finally, y plus c squared plus w minus x squared. So I have 3 plus negative 2 squared plus negative 1 minus 6, that whole quantity squared as well. So 3 plus negative 2, that's going to give me 1 squared, plus negative 1, remember that minus 6, I'm going to add the opposite. So negative 1 plus negative 6 is going to give me negative 7 squared. 1 squared is 1. 7 squared, negative 7 squared is 49. And my answer is 50. Okay. Underneath your name, if you would please write what your favorite color is. Thank you.